Hello, my name is Tony Geronimus, and on behalf of the Quinte Region Task Force, thank you so much for taking a few moments to watch this video presentation. You may recall that in around February of last year, the task force was put together to explore a new collaborative single vision for the long-term future of Christian education in the Quinte region. Quite a daunting task, but after many months of many people's assistance and good discussions and conversations with boards and various other schools, we've got a plan, and we'd like to share that with you. The details of that plan you can find at our website, quinteregiontaskforce.com, in our final report. But for this presentation, we thought to focus on two key areas that tend to be really significant in a family and student's decision of whether to come to a Christian school, and that is quality of Christian education and finances. So we'll walk through those two areas, and then I'll be back to talk with you about implementation.
Hi, my name is John Van Heusen. I'm part of the task force, and we'll just give a brief update on the education portion of our presentation. Christian education in the Quinte region has a rich legacy, grown and built upon God's word and a biblical worldview for over 65 years. God has been faithful. As we dream and create plans to educate the future generations, we firmly believe that our story of Christian education needs to reflect God's story in our world, a story that brings hope, redemption, and new life to a broken world, a story where each child is created in His image and holds incredible potential to transform the world for God's glory. How do we join together but maintain our uniqueness as individual schools? First of all, we need to share a foundational framework, and this is already happening. 2 years ago, the 4 area schools adopted the vision of teaching for transformation. It's a design framework that guides curriculum to be authentic, based on the truth that God is Lord over all creation. It affirms in each child that they are created beautifully, and they have a unique role to play in God's world. Are we able to do this and still maintain the uniqueness and culture of each school? I think we can. Working with Justin Cook from Advance, we coined the phrase unity in locality. The locality part of this statement refers to the fact that each school has a unique history and faithful community. Our schools desire to offer Christian education to their specific locations. Students will be encouraged to make a difference where they live, and each community will be able to celebrate Christian education in their unique way. In joining together, we see unity being built as follows: expanding upon the teaching for transformation framework, having full-time principals in the larger campuses and a vice principal at Sonrise, keeping all of our existing educational staff having the same salary, benefits, and pension, and expanding in specialized areas such as resource, music, and French. Improving our support staff, like hiring an IT technician or teacher, hiring EAs and administrative assistants when needed, and through cost efficiencies like software and program licensing, copyright fees, technologies. And most importantly, the hiring of an executive director to lead and manage the 4 schools via a vision and mission that will grow the cause of Christian education in the Quinte region, so that together we can be stronger and a light in our community.
Hi, I'm Scott Walcott. I was part of the Finance Committee, and we are presenting a single tuition model. We were tasked with 2 main objectives in developing the structure for this tuition model, and that was to make kindergarten more affordable for a young family. And the second was to encourage a K through 12 education. So the tuition model that we are proposing is a model that will be based on the number of children that you have in the Christian school system and the grade of your eldest child. What this will do is eliminate that double tuition. So if you have a child graduating or a student graduating from 8th grade and moving on to QCHS at the high school, you will not have to pay a second tuition. So we're going to eliminate that double tuition component. The other thing the tuition structure does is there's actually no jump from grade 8 to grade 9. So during that transition from one of the area elementary schools to the high school, there is no increase in tuition at all. Our goal is to, again, to really encourage a K through 12 education and make it more affordable for families in the Quinte region. This is largely possible because some really generous donors that have made a multi-year commitment to the shortfall in the budget that a reduced tuition creates. So we are extraordinarily thankful to some very generous people in the community that are making this possible. Now, we also know that in proposing something new, there's always some missed details or some scenarios that we don't see. So if you are a family that is seeing an increase or feel like you're kind of one of the loopholes, so to speak, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. And our intent certainly is not to lose any families, but to really make a K through 12 Christian education more attainable and to see more students in our schools with the ability to experience a Christian education from kindergarten right through to graduating and moving on to post-secondary school.
So, next steps. Well, the first thing we need to do collectively is make a decision regarding the task force proposal. You will be receiving an invitation to your school's membership meeting shortly, and at that meeting, as part of the agenda for the evening, will be an opportunity to ask any questions you might still have. We as a task force will be attending that meeting for that purpose. But you will be asked to make a decision by way of a motion. Should the 4 schools amalgamate into one, yay or nay? If all 4 schools make the decision, yes, after prayerful consideration, we do believe the Lord leading us in this direction, then the task force gets started with its implementation strategy. You might think of it as purchasing a house. You have an agreement to purchase a house, and yet the closing date is down the road. You can appreciate for an amalgamation, the legal documentation that needs to be prepared is something that will take not just weeks, but actually many months. We expect that to be completed by the end of November of this year. In the meantime, what can we do to already take advantage of some of the aspects of our proposal? The first reality is that until the November sign-off of legal documents, the existing school boards will continue to operate as they currently do with all of their current responsibilities for the 22-23 school year. A new board will be created by the task force. We're ideally looking for 2 people from each existing school board to participate. That's a total of 8 persons, plus 4 additional people for a board team of 12. Their responsibility right away will be to initiate a search for an executive director. We will also with that board, begin the process of using the new tuition model, and because of that, automatically the whole concept of the pledges that have been made will need to be realized as well. So lots of exciting things happening right away. Then once the legal documents have been signed off and the new board becomes responsible, we see a transition period, a learning curve between existing boards and the new board throughout the rest of the current school year. and the new board will take on full responsibilities for the 23-24 school year. So, exciting, yes. Challenging, yes. Is it a change? Yes. But we do need to decide on the basis of what does the future of Christian education look like in our community, and how can we enhance the quality of Christian education and make it more attainable for more students. And we believe this idea, this proposal, provides that opportunity. But please do prayerfully consider it. We look forward to seeing you at the membership meetings. Until then, breathe deep.